Have you ever wondered if being too kind might actually be hurting you? We're taught to give, to care, to put others first. But what happens when kindness becomes a trap? Today, I'll reveal 7 surprising ways kindness can ruin your life. These insights, rooted in Stoic philosophy, will help you break free from emotional exhaustion and reclaim your peace of mind. Picture feeling constantly drained, taken for granted, and unable to pursue your own dreams. It's time to change that. Stay tuned, and I'll share actionable strategies to protect yourself without losing your compassion. If you're ready to stop being a doormat and start living intentionally, hit that subscribe button and let's begin. Unrealistic expectations will crush you. Have you ever bent over backward for someone only to feel crushed when they didn't reciprocate? The Stoics teach us to give without expecting anything in return. But when kindness comes with hidden hopes, it sets you up for disappointment. Imagine this. You work overtime to help a colleague meet their deadline, skipping your own family dinner, only to find that same colleague leaving you hanging on your next project. The sense of betrayal stings, doesn't it? The Stoics remind us that true peace comes from emotional detachment. Give without expecting, and you'll free yourself from unnecessary pain. This aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing only on what you can control. Expectations rely on external factors beyond your control. Instead, center your actions on virtue, doing what's right, and find fulfillment in the act itself, not the outcome. Consider this example. You lend money to a close friend, fully trusting they'll repay you because of your bond. But weeks turn into months, and not only do they fail to repay, they avoid you altogether. The heartbreak of losing both money and friend is a pain many know too well. From a Stoic perspective, this is a lesson in managing attachment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By focusing on your own actions and letting go of expectations, you protect yourself emotionally while still acting with integrity. Think about it. How often do we let others' behavior control our emotions? By freeing yourself from unrealistic expectations, you gain the peace of mind that Stoicism champions. True kindness isn't about what you receive in return. It's about staying aligned with your values, regardless of the outcome. People will take advantage of you. Kindness without boundaries invites exploitation. Think about the coworker who always borrows your time but never offers theirs, or the neighbor who's always asking for favors but vanishes when you need help. These situations leave you feeling drained, unappreciated, and resentful. Marcus Aurelius said we should live by reason and virtue, not by becoming someone else's safety net. If you don't set limits, people will assume you're there to solve their problems while neglecting your own. Picture yourself as a lifeboat. Help others, but don't sink in the process. Consider this personal example. Imagine being the go-to person in your family for every crisis. Whenever there's an issue, you're the one they call. You cancel plans, rearrange your schedule, and neglect your own needs to help. Over time, it becomes expected. No one even asks if you're available or considers your well-being. The result? Exhaustion and the painful realization that your kindness is taken for granted. The Stoics urge us to practice justice, but temper it with wisdom. Justice requires kindness, but wisdom ensures it's given fairly. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, do not be ashamed of help. However, this help must be intentional and balanced. Ask yourself, are you truly helping or enabling someone else's irresponsibility? Helping others at the expense of your own well-being is neither wise nor virtuous. Setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's an act of self-respect. When you say no to unreasonable demands, you're saying yes to yourself and your priorities. Remember this. Kindness rooted in strength and clarity is far more valuable than kindness that leaves you feeling depleted. You'll lose sight of your own goals. When you constantly prioritize others, your own dreams get sidelined. Stoic wisdom reminds us to honor our responsibilities to ourselves first. Consider this. A mother spends every waking moment caring for her family, ensuring their happiness and well-being, yet she sets aside her dream of starting a small business. Years pass, her children grow up, and she finds herself wondering, where did her ambitions go? This scenario is all too common. Can you relate? That nagging feeling of putting your own goals on hold for others can weigh heavily on your heart. The Stoics teach us that self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. You cannot pour from an empty cup. By prioritizing your own aspirations, you set an example of living intentionally, showing that it's possible to care for others while honoring yourself. Epictetus reminds us, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Your goals are just as valid as anyone else's. Think of a teacher who spends countless hours grading papers and mentoring students, yet neglects their passion for painting. One day they realize they haven't picked up a brush in years. By the time they try to reconnect with their art, they feel lost. Stoicism encourages us to balance obligations with personal growth. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have a duty to take care of your own mind and soul." Your personal goals aren't just hobbies, they're expressions of the divine rationality within you. By pursuing your dreams, you honor this inner purpose. Remember, achieving your goals doesn't just benefit you, it inspires those around you to do the same. Consider this: how can you lead a fulfilling life if you constantly sacrifice your dreams for others? Stoicism calls on us to live authentically and intentionally, embracing our potential without guilt. You'll be seen as weak. Here's a tough truth: excessive kindness can make people respect you less. They might see you as an easy target. Imagine the family member who constantly asks for money but never repays it, assuming you'll always say yes. Or the colleague who keeps piling their work onto you because they know you won't push back. These situations leave you feeling undervalued and frustrated, don't they? Stoicism teaches us the value of strength and self-discipline. By setting clear boundaries, you earn respect instead of pity. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Strength here isn't about aggression. It means control, dignity, and the courage to stand up for your own well-being. Consider this real-life example. Sarah was always the go-to friend in her circle. If someone needed help moving, financial support, or just a shoulder to cry on, Sarah would drop everything. Over time, she noticed her friends only reached out when they needed something, never just to check in. The moment Sarah started saying no and prioritizing herself, something remarkable happened. The genuine friends stayed and respected her more, while the opportunists faded away. Remember, people value what's rare, and a kind person with strong boundaries, that's rare. When you firmly yet politely say no to unreasonable demands, you're not being cruel, you're showing self-respect. According to the Stoics, our strength lies in mastering ourselves first. Boundaries aren't barriers to kindness, they're bridges to mutual respect and healthy relationships. You attract the wrong people. Do you find yourself surrounded by people who only call when they need something? Stoic philosophy emphasizes being intentional about who we let into our lives. Energy vampires and opportunists are drawn to endless giving. Take, for instance, the friend who's always sharing their problems, but disappears when you need a listening ear. It's draining, isn't it? Instead, focus on relationships that uplift and energize you. Consider this real-life example. Imagine having a coworker who always seeks your advice during difficult times at work. You spend hours helping them navigate challenges, offering thoughtful guidance, but when you encounter a problem and ask for their input, they brush you off or seem uninterested. Over time, you begin to feel used, as if your kindness is a one-way street. This imbalance leaves you emotionally exhausted and questioning your worth in the relationship. Seneca's writings encourage us to seek quality over quantity in relationships. Associate with those who will make a better person of you, he said. For Stoics, relationships are about mutual growth and support, not constant drain on one person. Guard your energy as carefully as you would your physical possessions. Your emotional well-being is just as valuable. From a Stoic perspective, it's not selfish to prioritize your energy. It's wise. Marcus Aurelius advised us to focus on what we can control, including the people we choose to surround ourselves with. By intentionally fostering relationships that inspire and rejuvenate, you not only protect your peace, but also cultivate a life filled with genuine connection and meaning. Kindness can become a toxic habit. Believe it or not, kindness can be addictive. It feels good to help others, but when it becomes a way to avoid dealing with your own issues, it's a problem. Stoicism emphasizes self-awareness and examining our motivations. Are you truly giving out of generosity, or is it a way to escape your own discomfort? Meet Tom. He volunteers for every event at his child's school, helps neighbors with errands, and takes on extra projects at work. From the outside, he looks like the epitome of selflessness. But at home, Tom feels empty and disconnected from his own goals. He avoids spending quiet time with himself because he's afraid of confronting his feelings of inadequacy. His kindness, while appreciated by others, has become a way to run from his own unhappiness. The Stoics teach us to live intentionally and be mindful of why we act. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your thoughts are rooted in avoiding inner struggles, your actions will reflect that avoidance. Reflecting on your motivations through journaling or meditation can help uncover whether your kindness is genuine or a form of escapism. True kindness should stem from strength and purpose, not fear or avoidance. It's not about abandoning generosity, but ensuring it aligns with your values and doesn't come at the expense of your well-being. Through self-awareness, you can break free from the toxic cycle of overgiving and cultivate a balanced, intentional approach to helping others. People will question your motives. Unfortunately, genuine kindness is so rare that it often makes people suspicious. They might think you're being manipulative or have hidden motives. For instance, a kind gesture at work might lead colleagues to wonder, what's in it for them? This doubt can feel isolating, especially when your intentions are pure. Have you ever helped someone only to hear whispers questioning your reasons? It hurts, doesn't it? But this reaction is often less about you and more about the cynicism bred by a world where kindness has become unusual. Stoicism teaches us to focus not on others' perceptions, but on our own principles. Epictetus advises, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. This means your actions should speak louder than any explanation you could give. Over time, consistent authenticity builds trust and dissolves suspicion. Consider Lisa, a manager who frequently mentors her team. She offers her time, guidance, and opportunities to help them grow. Yet some team members gossip, assuming she must have ulterior motives. Instead of letting this discourage her, Lisa stays true to her values, embodying the Stoic principle of living virtuously regardless of others' opinions. In time, her genuine care earns her respect and loyalty from those who matter most. The philosophical perspective is clear. Your integrity is yours to protect. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." So when people question your motives, let your actions prove them wrong. Focus on what you can control, your character and commitment to living a life of virtue. True kindness, grounded in integrity, will always outlast skepticism. So, what can you do to protect yourself? Here are 3 powerful strategies. Set boundaries. Learn to say no with confidence. Start small, and it will get easier. For example, when a friend asks for a favor that conflicts with your personal time, politely decline and offer an alternative. Prioritize self-care. Schedule time for yourself and honor it like an appointment. Whether it's a quiet morning walk, reading a book, or enjoying your favorite hobby, make it non-negotiable. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with people who respect and value you for who you are. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with someone. Do you feel uplifted or drained? If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Which of these 7 points hit home the most? Have you experienced any of these challenges? I'd love to hear your stories. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Together, let's build a life of balance, strength, and purpose. See you in the next video.